So, today's video will be about Genshin, but it's more of a general topic, so stay tuned even if you're not familiar with the game. Everyone heard about some something like, they do a lot of damage, but really want this in to work. This is a characteristic of units that are usually underrated, or rated properly but rarely used. For example, Xiao, Cheer, Shelon, Gaming, Wonder, etc. I am not going through characters we got, but those are usually not the ones you will see in DPS position in people's lineups. Those units exist, and even more, there are a lot of them. And today I want to talk about their general issues, what stops them from being good. Except for some in-game issues, there's also a community that does its part. If a unit is popular, they show up at media space less frequently, which lowers the potential nuance of this particular unit. For example, no one talks about Sinus, so less people recognize him as a potential DPS slot for them. And as a result, even less people talk about him because no new people in his community joined. That's a pretty important thing. While everyone talks about new Villetta or China, there is a high chance that we will get interested in Zan, and not the Sina, of whose existence could have probably even forget. Now, let's dive more into the root of the problem. What stops them from succeeding? The most serious aspect? No damage issue. Most of the thing just does not do the right amount of damage, which questions worth of investing in them as a whole, which leads into people not using or even pulling those units. Blind representation of this is Sino. Even if you create a ideal condition for him, he just does no damage. And instead of putting, who in the right mind would want to use this character? Right, no one. Now, let's take a look at another problem. Sometimes character does a good damage but really wants some units in his team. For example, Xiao does well in his best in slot team, but performance drops off if you miss some part. And you can say that anyone will do strong if you give them right subs, and will be right. But it's not that simple. A lot of meta DPS have alternatives in comps, or some use slots that can be changed and their prof wouldn't be that high. But for meta chars, missing part can be crucial. They either completely don't work without them, or do a lot less damage. You won't really see variety in their teams. It will be strict 2 to 3 subs with potential flex slot, if you get lucky. So, Chor is one of those underrated DPS. Let's go more in depth into her case, just because I want to talk about her. Summarizing all I've said, let's go through her profile. The first thing is under discussion. It's not that clear in her case because she appears here and there, but no one actually talks about her as a DPS. Like literally, have you ever seen someone without C6 using her as a DPS? Well, actually yes, because I am, but that's not the point. There are no DPS sure in media space. Second, damage potential. She will not do comparable to new lateral China damage even if you give her best in slot team and C1. The only exception is C6 versus C6, but that's number one situation. Really few people have it, but at least her damage is not that low to be unplayable. Third thing, team members. And yes, it's a thing for her. You really want Farina, Yelan, Shelon comp with C1 or Chen, Shelon and Kachina if not. But Farina, Yelan are strict units. You can cope with Bant or Goro if no Shelonum, or else it will break her support mode. But attack buffer for a unit with split scales where death ones are dominant, you know it's not that great. And Goro, well, needs C6, useless without it, and really just doesn't work with Shelonum team. So you're left with Yelan. Some damage buff, resonance for her on Farina, good of field damage, and fixes Farina's energy issues in other variations of the team. At the end, we have a good boss killer, but she requires a good team, and even then, there are units that do her job better. Well, we went through all the reasons, some unit just does not get enough attention. It's like a snowball effect. A popular unit will get even more popular, and an unpopular one will get even more unpopular. Sadly, there is no real fix to this situation, except for the fact that anyone can clear content in a game without in-game, so you can just play whatever you like and have fun. That's all for today's topic. Hope you enjoyed watching. If so, please leave a like, subscribe if you're curious what I want to talk about next, and take care.